claim you're the best in the world. Why are you blindsiding people?
In my opinion, I agree with Punk's comments. He deserves respect from The Rock. He's our champion for a reason, and that's because he's the best in the world.
Any year, tell CM Punk that, man, you're so full of it up here, dude. You're not the center of the universe, and The Rock is gonna bring it to you.
CM Punk, man, you are outrageous, bro. I gotta admit, you make a lot of sense, man. I can't wait to see what the Brave one has to say about that. Looking forward to it.
Well, thank you, WWE Universe, for
What is up, my viewers and subscribers? I am Mike Wayne, aka Rebel 180, and what you just heard was the babblings of a bunch of random marks that have no reputation and no one knows anything about them. It's weird. I've been seeing all these tweets, well, all these touts. I've been seeing all these touts from people that I actually know, from people that other people know. Who are these random ass kissers that always get featured on Raw? And first of all, for the guy who said that CM Punk thinks he's the center of the universe, CM Punk is the WWE champion, and The Rock has that attitude. The Rock thinks he's the center of the universe, and he's not. The Rock isn't even around full time, and he comes back and expects a WWE championship out of the blue, just like last time. Just like last time, he challenged John Cena out of nowhere. So, whoever you are, random touter, you have it backwards, okay? So, here we go. Before I start with the first match, I want to address CM Punk's newest pipe bomb. He explained exactly why he did what he did, and it's exactly what I expected him to say, because I knew that it had something to do with The Rock's ego, and it did. He completely blasted The Rock. He completely put The Rock on blast, and rightfully so. I mean, The Rock pretty much gets paid so that he pretty much gets paid to only do little promos and talk trash, and then ask for, pretty much ask for title matches that he hasn't earned. I would have respected him a little bit more if he said he was going to the Royal Rumble and winning it. But he said he was going to win the title at the Royal Rumble. No. So he talked about how Dwayne Johnson, well, The Rock, he called him by his former wrestling name, the name that for some reason we're not allowed to call him, yet he calls himself that every time he appears on Raw. He said that The Rock is this, I forgot exactly what he said, but he said something like egomaniacal Hollywood movie star or something. I don't remember exactly what he said. But the thing is, I didn't get to record CM Punk's promo because my DVR for some reason decided to only record like a second of it and then shut off. I don't know why that happened. But CM Punk delivering a awesome pipe bomb, telling the truth once again. Although we all know that without the freedom that Vince McMahon allows him to have, he wouldn't have been able to say that stuff. But he is telling it from a fan's perspective. And Big Show comes out. Big Show, interrupts Punk, talks about how it was all about him, and Punk wouldn't even had the title if it wasn't for him. Did anyone notice Punk was going for the ropes? Did anyone notice that? And then Big Show, the scapegoat that he is, decided to make Cena look good, because if Cena had to break the STF, it would have looked like CM Punk was coming back from the STF. It would have looked like Cena was coming back from the beating, and that would have made Cena look somewhat weak, and that is just stupid. The only reason why Big Show interfered was to make Cena look like Super Cena, and to make it look like without him Cena would have won. That's the only reason. But we all know that Cena could have lost because of CM Punk, but they chose not to do that. By the way, Super Cena comes out, rushes, attacks the Big Show, whatever. And CM Punk cuts a promo on Jerry Lawler. And yeah, CM Punk did what he did for the fans, because we are tired of seeing people like The Rock and John Cena overshadow the WWE Champion. The WWE Champion should be the top priority no matter who is holding it. It's ridiculous. Okay, first match, Santino versus Del Rio. It was a very good match. Right out of the gate, Del Rio was beating the holy hell out of Santino, and Santino fought back a little bit, and ultimately Del Rio won. Okay, and AJ made her first huge announcement as Raw GM. She announced that tonight's main event was going to be a singles match between John Cena and the Big Show. Whoop-de-doo. Haven't seen that before. Second match, Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus. This was a very good street fight, if you can call it that. They went up to the stage for a little while, and then commercial break, and they're back in the ring. And I find it hard to call something like that a street fight. You can call it a no-holds-barred match or something. I don't know. You can't call it a street fight or falls count anywhere. Because a street fight, you're supposed to go into the backstage area and possibly end up in the streets. That's why it's called a street fight. And ultimately, Sheamus wins by the Brogue Kick, and then Daniel Bryan's calling for doctors after the commercial break, and these white coated men or whatever, I don't know, these guys wearing white clothing, they showed up, and Daniel Bryan kicked little Jimmy, and they were going to escort R-Truth for questioning, and they ended up doing it to Daniel Bryan because for some reason the girl that the little girl that skipped around the ring for the past couple months, isn't qualified to be crazy. So she tells them that Daniel Bryan is the one that needs help. So we get 3 segments of Daniel Bryan pretty much getting asked all these stupid questions, and there was one point where he screamed yes so much that his face turned red and his vein was popping out. Now that part was kind of funny, but come on. And I know a lot of Daniel Bryan marks probably won't agree with me, but as far as I'm concerned, Bryan Danielson's career is rolling in its grave right now, because they have been turning him into a joke ever since he won the World Heavyweight Championship. They've been using this yes chant to get him over. Really? Do you really need a goofy chant to get over? Hell, AJ, the only reason why she's over is because of Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. You know, whatever. And Heath Slater does a rant about the legends, and then he says he wants to challenge any current WWE superstar. And guess what? Guess what we get? We get a special return from Randy Orton, and so Randy Orton proceeds to bury Heath Slater, just like every legend has done in the past several weeks. So whatever. The 4th match is Dolph Ziggler and Miz versus Jericho and Christian, and the winners of that match are Jericho and Christian. Moving on. The 5th match, it was good for what it was worth, I guess. But the winner, I thought was Tensai, but I guess the ref thought that Tensei went too far after he won, so he called it called for the decision to be reversed. So Tyson Kidd wins, even though Tyson Kidd is the one passed out. That should not count as a victory. And here's the main event, and I gotta say, it was okay, but once again we have CM Punk leaving the arena after someone was disqualified. Yeah. And throughout the main event, we get CM Punk pretty much owning Jerry Lawler, telling him about how he should do his job and stop talking about all this other nonsense, and he should focus on the match. And Jerry Lawler just keeps egging it on, making himself look like an even bigger jackass by doing these little jokes and, you know, shoving CM Punk's words back in his own face, and it's just stupid. So, yeah, once again, the match ends with someone getting disqualified. However, this time, AJ, who, AJ comes out and says it's going to be a triple threat match at SummerSlam. CM Punk does his best Daniel Bryan impression and starts yelling at AJ, asking her if she knows who he is, and saying he's the WWE champion and all this, and saying, show me respect, and like, you can't do this to me, and all that. And yeah, once again, she looks at him like some mental patient in a nut house. And yet, the doctors think Daniel Bryan is crazy. No, Daniel Bryan isn't crazy. He just got stuck with a stupid gimmick. So, I don't know. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Sorry if I was a little too harsh. I just don't understand what the big deal about tonight was. A lot of disappointing segments. You know, it looks like every week they're flushing Daniel Bryan's career down the toilet, making him look like more of a joke, burying him all the time. I just don't like that. I just don't like it when they put someone on this huge losing streak, and then when it's time to give them a win, it's in this cheap form. Remember when MVP went on that 20 match losing streak, and then he beats the Big Show because of Triple H? That kind of cheap is what I think they're going to do to Daniel Bryan, where it's not him that wins, it's someone else that helps him win, and that's just stupid. That's cheap. That's cheap and lazy, and Daniel Bryan deserves better. And it's all due to the fact that Vince does not like internet darlings. And from now on, Sheamus has a new nickname. He is no longer the Great White Sheamus. He is now the Darling Killer. So anyone expecting Dean Ambrose to show up and save the WWE, expect Sheamus to kill that dream, because it's gonna happen. So rate, comment, and if you're a new viewer of mine, please subscribe if you like my video. So long for now. Oh, wait. Just one update. I was going to wait till the season finale of EIB, but I figured that's too long to wait for a Q&A video. So I'm going to do that next week, and I already wrote down the questions, so hopefully I will be able to get to all of you next week. And I might, I say that all of you did great in asking me questions. All of you gave me good questions to work with, and I have already figured out the answers to them. So stay tuned for that, and for the last time tonight, so long for now.